Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's an honor to be with the president of Romania, who's highly respected, done a great job. And I hear there's a little political season going on in Romania, but I would imagine you're going to do very well because you're very talented, you love the people, and we've had a great relationship with Romania. The United States and Romania have gotten along better than ever before. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Great pleasure to be here.
Like to say something?
Yeah, I would just underline that it's great to be back here with you, Mr. President, and now we have the opportunity to talk about our very good strategic partnership, and under your strong leadership, we progressed and we will continue doing so. This is very important for us, and I think we are on the right path, and I thank you for that.
We appreciate the trade, and we're going to have a big meeting in a little while after this. We're going to have a private meeting, then we're going to have a meeting in the cabinet room with a lot of your officials. Payroll tax is something that we think about, and a lot of people would like to see that, and that very much affects the workers of our country, and we have a lot of workers. Right now, by the way, we have more people working today than we've ever had before in the history of our country. We have almost 160 million people working today. I think the word recession is a word that's inappropriate because it's just a word that the certain people, I'm going to be kind, certain people in the media are trying to build up because they'd love to see a recession. We're very far from a recession. In fact, if the Fed would do its job, I think would have a tremendous spurt of growth. A tremendous spurt. The Fed is psychologically very important. Less so actually, but very psychologically important. And if the Fed would do its job, which it's really done very poorly over the last year and a half, you would see a burst of growth like you've never seen before. And that would be lowering interest rates and maybe putting some, if you look at what China is doing, if you look at what Germany is doing, if you look at what so many countries are doing, putting some money in, because we want to compete with these other countries. So I think that we actually are set for a tremendous surge of growth if the Fed would do its job. That's a big if, frankly. But the Fed should be cutting, and I would say they should say at a minimum 100 basis points over a period of time, not at one time, but over a period of time.
So I asked you, will you discuss this issue, the fight against corruption?
When you were leaving Bedminster, you seemed to suggest that we already do have strong background laws, which a lot of people read as you dialing back on
you
witnesses.
have. I mean, I'm not doing that to be cute. We have very, very strong background checks right now. But we have sort of missing areas and areas that don't complete the whole circle. And we're looking at different things, and I have to tell you that it is a mental problem, and I've said it 100 times, it's not the gun that pulls the trigger, it's the person that pulls the trigger. These are sick people, and it is also that kind of a problem. And we're looking at mental institutions, which we used to have, like as an example, where I come from in New York, they closed up almost all of their mental institutions, or many of them, and those people just went onto the streets, and they did it for budgetary reasons. Well, New York is not unique. They've done that in many places.
Would you support either of the House bills that were passed?
Well, I'm not going to get into that, but we are in very meaningful discussions with the Democrats, and I think the Republicans are very unified. We are very strong on our Second Amendment. The Democrats are not strong at all in the Second Amendment. I would say they're weak on the Second Amendment. And we have to be careful of that. The Democrats would, I think they'd give up the Second Amendment. And the people that, a lot of the people that put me where I am are strong believers in the Second Amendment. And I am also. And we have to be very careful about that. You know, they call it the slippery slope. And all of a sudden, everything gets taken away. We're not going to let that happen. Of course I will.
Last time you praised
But I think that this is a man that can solve the corruption problem in Romania.